I can build it cheap, but will it be any good?
Oh, Jesus.
Hey guys, welcome to Drive to Wrench. Have you guys ever wondered if it's possible to turn this, the good old WLToys 12428, into one of these? Okay, not this one specifically, because this is actually a Red Cat Gen 8. But how about turning a WLToys 12428 into a full-on crawler? First things first, what do we need? A front axle. Check. A center transmission. Check. Cheap frame rails and chassis braces. Check. Suspension links. Check. The goal, my friends, is to use everything else that's in the WLToys 12428 and end up with a decent crawler. That's the stock motor mount. That's the stock spur gear. I'm going to run a cheap 550 motor. Right now I'm just using this one because I had it handy. And we're going to need some drive shafts. That's one of the few things you actually have to buy, guys, because the stock drive shafts are not going to do the job. So this setup will let you get into a rock crawler for a really small amount of money. You can get that WLToys 12428, play with it, have some fun for 120 bucks or so. It's about $100 US. Where I live, you know, you're looking at 120, 125, something like that. You know, at some point, RC cars are a lot of fun, but you get a hankering to play with a different kind of RC car. You want to try out something different. Well, with this project here, you can spend a really small amount of money and try out a full-on rock crawler. I don't know about you guys, but where I live, pretty much you're looking at $400. Like a Red Cat Gen 8 is a little bit more money than you really have to spend to get into a real rock crawler, but it's not that much more. Like the best deal I could find on anything else was, you know, $350, $370. That's not much more to get into a full-on rock crawler with portal axles and everything. So with this bad boy, I figured, you know, why buy a Chinese rock crawler for 350, 400 bucks, and you know it's not going to be particularly great. No offense, but that's the cold hard reality. Well, with this setup, you can spend 100 bucks on top of your WLToys 12428, $200 total, and you can be trying out, you know, basically a full-on rock crawler. And the beauty of this project is I'm trying it out for you, and I'll show you if it's any good or not. Now, guys, we know that some of the parts are going to break. That's the reality with 3D printed parts. But in RC cars, parts always break. It's unavoidable. Something always goes wrong. You know, it's the nature of the hobby. It's essentially a real car scaled down to small scale, and you go out and do things to it that you would never do to a real car and expect it to last forever. Well, this way you start out with a really small investment, not too much money, get to have some fun, decide if you like the hobby or not. Hopefully you do. Hopefully you learn some skills, and away you go. So that's the goal. Tune in next time, probably a week, 2 weeks, and with any luck at all, I'll have this thing up and running and give you a little taste of it. It's super cold and wintry where I am, so it might just be a bench shot of it all put together, but at some point here there will be video of this thing running. So come back later and check it out, subscribe, it really helps out. Tell your friends, whatever. Thanks for watching. Drive to Wrench or Wrench to Drive.